Hey everyone, Sergio here with the Rideshare Guy. What do we say on Show Me the Money Club? Work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, which I have been for the past year and a half, you may be working a lot harder than you need to. Let's change that. Download the app, link your account where you can manage your income, track your expenses, as well as your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more money, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download the Solo app today. Begin to work smarter, not harder. Link is in the description. Let's get back to it.
All right, well, let's move on. Let's talk about, new year, new me, new rates. That is Seattle, Washington. Holy moly. And then the gaslighting from Andrew here.
Andrew, good old Andrew. Please, Andrew, just stop. I mean, come on. So I was sent this.
Wrong in Seattle.
I was sent this by Peter Kuehl, the president of the Washington Drivers Union, WDU, with the respect. And look at these rates, Chris. In 2026, rideshare pay rates are going up, thanks to the annual cost of living increase won by drivers' unions starting January 1st. For trips in Seattle, are you all sitting down? This is for X, folks. Drivers will earn at least $1.63 a mile and 70 cents per minute, with a $6.12 per trip minimum.
Ooh, those mile trips going down the street are well worth it now.
Oh my God! Bring me 100% acceptance rate.
I know, right?
For trips, this is where Zach is. For trips, the rest of Washington State drivers will earn $1.38 per mile and 40 cents per minute with a $3.55 per trip minimum. That's more like LA. Well, actually, LA is $2.60.
That $3.55, man. I'm surprised, Washington. I'm surprised. $3.55. That's it. I would have expected it to be at least $5 at this point now.
Bro, we have $2.62 on Lyft. What are you? We
no
have
ride
like
unless it's $5.
All I know is that's okay. So then the rebuttal of this has been that since the rates have gone up so much that a lot of people are driving, market saturated, drivers are sitting on their ass because the rates are too high for riders to take Ubers and Lyfts. There's a point to that. There's a point in economics about elasticity.
Well,
the higher the price goes,
the
less it kills demand. I get that. That's economics 101. Okay, I get that. However, from when I talk to Seattle drivers, now if you're a Seattle or a Washington State driver, an unsuccessful one that has experienced decline in earnings, like Andrew says here, please email me, Sergio@therideshareguy.com. I would love to interview you, but send me some screenshots of earnings before and after these rates.
Yeah. Well, you know, the few Washington Seattle drivers I talked to, they said, yes, it is a little bit slower, but because of the rates, they're making more.
Yeah, of course they are.
So there you go.
You do less trips for more money. I mean, just at the opposite of Uber. You make more trips for less money, and you make less trips for more money. And Andrew,
clear example of how it can go wrong. The city passed an extreme pay standard in 2020. That plus layers of local fees mean Seattle now has the highest fares in the country because of the jump in prices. Drivers now earn less per hour than drivers in most U.S. markets. It's a broken system.
Says Andrew.
Says Andrew. That's what I imagine him talking when he's like,
I hope he doesn't
his
sound
internal
like
monologue.
So by our estimates, U.S. consumers are overpaying by more than $2 billion a year due to these regulatory premiums.
Whoa! Hold on here. Hold on, Andrew. If you're complaining about this and you're at Uber, you are by far not capable at holding your job any longer. Because I would take that and I would say, look, if people are willing to splurge on that in Seattle, well, you know what? We are not doing our jobs in Las Vegas, Los Angeles, New York, Boston, Honolulu, Miami, and Austin. All these people are willing to pay higher.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come
on. We can take this company and 3x its freaking stock price. But no, we got to bitch about the prices.
How does a $250 billion market cap S&P 500 company cry so much, Chris? How do they cry so
Never
much?
our fault. It's never our fault. We have to have high
And they
prices.
never say that we have raised the fares by 60% ourselves on the rider without any of this regulation bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so so if you do come in, we can discuss all this shit with you, but that's why you're not coming. By our estimates,
You know what,
so,
Uber, my time is for sale. You know what? Look, your chart here sucks. You know why? Because I'm seeing this blue line and I'm seeing these green cities. These green cities need to turn red. Why? Because people are willing to pay for it. I will triple your stock price right then and there, but I want a massive fucking payday.
well,
I'm talking about more RSUs than Dara has.
that's not going to happen. we want Uber to remain affordable and reliable.
If I'm tripling their stock price, come on.
So,
and hey, by the way, everybody, if that happens, you might want to look at the Uber stock. I'm just saying, not financial advice. I'm just saying.
Uber stock was up 5% today. It was up $4. Yeah. So he puts this line up. Do you see this line? So everybody is on the mean line, except Vegas, Los Angeles, Seattle, and New York City.
See, now, you're doing something
Andrew,
right there, guys.
How do you put Los Angeles there? Los Angeles is the shittiest fucking market ever. How do you even put that there? Oh, that's because of the commercial insurance rates and regulations and shit. Well, you got the SB 371, Andrew.
That's why it's gonna drop down to like Vegas.
If Lyft is going to save $200 million and it's quarter your size, imagine how much Uber is going to save by SB 371. $750 million? Yeah, there you go. So interesting data on Uber prices versus cost of living in the US. Okay, now we can talk about it. All right. Typically, prices track closely with local cost of living. Oh, hold on. So Uber has the right. So for Uber, cost of living increases or inflation is a tailwind. Meaning, if other things prices are going up, Uber has the right to increase their prices as well, which you have done, Andrew. Over the last 5 years, the prices have gone up 60% on Uber trips. Not because of regulation, nationwide. Okay? On the other hand, you go like, okay, because inflation, other things are costing much, we have the right to raise our prices as well. With the exception that you're not sharing the wealth with the driver, Andrew.
You know all right. You know what? I am sorry. I will make the stock price go higher than 3x. You know why? Because I see 32 dots on that. That's way too low. And there's only 4 that are above. So if we bring 32 up to 4, that's a shit ton more profit. And that means that stock price is going to go higher. So I'm sorry. I sit corrected. I will get more than triple the stock price at its current value right now.
listen to Chris Uber. William, you can Google
that cash. We'll talk.
Okay, William, you can do a search on X under Andrew McDonald, and then you'll see his post. Typically, prices track closely with local cost of living, but there's big disparity in a few markets like Seattle, New York City, and LA. Oh, okay. Combo of local fees and government insurance mandates and ill-fitted pay rules mean rideshare prices in these areas are an average of 1.6 higher than in other cities with a comparable cost of living. Andrew, how about my cost of living as a driver, Andrew? Huh? Has my earnings gone up 1.6x since 2000, Andrew? Have my earnings kept pace with inflation? No.
When it comes to earners, when it comes to earners, as I'm trying to establish, we can't really give anything more because we have to. Next question.
Andrew, I'm making 20% less than I did in 2020, while inflation just on the maintenance of my car, according to the government, which is lowball, is up 6% a year, up 30% in the last 5 years. According to our
internal data, we have noticed that drivers are making actually more today than they have been ever before. And the beautiful thing too is that more drivers are driving long on the platform because they like it. They love it. That's why.
I fucking hope he doesn't say shit like this.
Anyway, that's exactly what is going on.
I don't know, Andrew.
Come on, guys!
You're fired, Andrew. You're fired.
You're fired, Andrew. I'm taking your job now. Jesus,
I'm
looking at this chart and seeing how sad and this chart looks.
This
Saddest chart I've ever seen in my life. I mean, come on.
This is what they do, Chris. You know what? I'm a capitalist, okay? But I'm a fair capitalist. I'm not a vulture capitalist like these scumbags are. But Uber, all I'm saying to you is, okay, you have all these data analysts and all these brilliant minds at Uber. This question has never been answered.
Stop.
Write a blog, Uber, and put it on Medium.
More. Come on.
Driver earnings.
$5 across the board.
Okay, driver earnings adjusted for inflation since 2020. We're not going backwards now. It's 2020.
No, they're earning more than they have.
The fucking article out there. Let me see what the driver earnings look like.
The drivers are earning 39 per active hour. Oh wait, no, that was
that was 4 years ago.
I have to talk about just trust us, bro.
Okay, look at this guy.
There you go.
45 per hour. What hour? What hour? Door-to-door hour, online hour, active hour. What does that mean? Means nothing.
And then what apps? What apps? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, and you can email me some earnings. And then, you know what? We'll put you on behind the wheel. How about that?
I like it, though. I like it.
There we go. Let's go. I'm not challenging you. God bless you if you did 45 per online hour. God bless you.
Active hour.
Active hour. Yeah. Okay. Take 50% of that. You earn 22 because you're active only about half the time. That's the other thing. Utilization rates have tanked in the country.
Do you have your utilization rate? Do you happen to know that?
50%, bro. It's average now. Yeah,
it's only about $22.50 an hour.
Okay, so that's okay. If your utilization is 70%, you're like 32 an hour.
Then the other
expenses, you're at 25. Again, great numbers. Don't get me wrong.
I was going to say that's gross. So you got to add expenses in, so you're not.
Oh, wait a minute. Now he's changing his tune. Sorry, from the time I left my house to the time I walked back in the door, there you go. 45. Door to door, 45 an hour.
I'm not doubting you. It happens.
I'm not doubting you, bro. Send me your screenshots. I'll put you on behind the wheel.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, is it consistent though? Is it like one time with the wind blowing behind you? Like I'm a golfer, right? So I hit a 300-yard drive once in my life. That was with a 40-mile-an-hour wind and downhill. So I don't know. I mean, is it day after day? Is this like continuous? If it's continuous, we would love to put you on. And he looks like a part-time driver. Okay. Well, you ask him. Why are you asking me?
And here's the thing. There are drivers who are making that. So I'm not doubting you in any way.
I'm not doubting you either.
I love to see the data.
Yeah, I would love to see the data, and I would love to talk to you. So send me email, Sergio@rideshareguy.com, and send me some screenshots.
There you go. I'm looking up the stock right now. It's only 85 at Uber. You're slacking. It's 229 at DoorDash. Come on. We can definitely get it up over 220.
That doesn't mean anything. But anyway, so consistent. Okay, listen. Marca
the amount of shares that you have outstanding. Way up there.
No. Uber market cap is like 2.2 billion. Oh, 2.
Yeah, and I'll get that to 6.5.
Uber outstanding shares are 2.2 billion. Market cap is like 210 billion.
That's fine. I'll get
about 20 to 25 hours a week. Okay, cool. You cherry pick your hours. You drive the top hours. Okay, cool. Send me some. Okay, send me last 4 week screenshots. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, and he's looking Thursday, Saturday nights. Those are, I mean, for the most part, those are the busiest. What market are you in?
Yeah,
what's the market? And then email Sergio.
Email me. Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, Thursday, Friday, Saturdays are great nights to go out. So
beautiful. I'm all power to you. My hat's off.
Driving at night, I get that. I understand, but look, that's where the money is. Honestly,
yeah, you got to drive when the money is there. You drive at fucking 3 in the morning or whatever, you're not gonna make any money. Or you drive between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., you're not gonna make shit.
Wait, 3 a.m. Man, I don't know what you're smoking, but most of the drivers are already at home in Buffalo, and bars stay open till 4. So you get usually around 2 o'clock, people start drifting off when it comes to people going home from driving, and they don't get the late bar night crowd. Yes, the late bar night is could be really bad if they start getting really drunk, but there you go, XL.
He's XL. All right. Okay, oh cool. Look, I'm not questioning you. My hat's off to you. Congratulations. If you want to be on behind the wheel, behind the wheel, send me an email, Sergio@rideshareguy.com.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you get notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.